Get you on the news. I'll get your face in the news that they show them how you are manipulating your system.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. TLC's My 600-Pound Life has showed morbidly obese patients for 7 years as they start on a weight loss journey so they could get a healthier, happier place. But there are some people on the show who completely transform their bodies in their lives. And some have appeared who have gone back to follow their old bad eating habits, or some haven't worked to change themselves in the first place. So stay tuned and check out today's video in which you are going to see some transformations of my 600-pound life patients that seem fake. Jean Covey. 39-year-old Jean Covey was seen on the show, and at the beginning of her episode, we got to know that she had been dangerously obese for years. And when she was in her childhood, her obesity had already started. Her mother also shared on the show that when she was just 5 years old, she had started stealing junk food, unhealthy snacks from her abusive grandmother as a form of retaliation. Not just that, because when she turned 6 years old, she was molested by her mother's boyfriend, and since then, food became a comfort for her as she used it as her coping mechanism. By the way, she was nearly mobile when she first appeared on My 600-Pound Life, and even though from Houston she only lived a few hours far, the journey to Dr. Now's place by car was nothing but agonizing for her and even became worse when everyone started staring at her. But when she and her mother reached Houston, unfortunately things didn't get better as her mother Barbara fell ill, and therefore she had to undergo surgery on her own. While her mother was already recovering, both Jean and her mother found out that Jean's father just passed away back home. The combination of her father's death and her mother's frail health led her to take a big step to quit the Dr. Now's weight loss program just after being a part of her journey for just 6 months. Jean also explained that she wanted to quit as at the moment, she wasn't in a place to be a part of the program. But even so, she still managed to follow Dr. Now's advice to see a therapist, and by the end of the episode, she started seeing one. But it seems unlikely that she has continued losing weight well. Let's see in the future. Mercedes Cephas. We have seen that many of the patients who appeared on the show had suffered quite tragic childhood traumas, and therefore, they start binge eating junk food to cope with all those reasons and traumatic incidents. Mercedes, Season 7 contestant, was one of these people who suffered. Actually, she had quite a problematic childhood as she was raped by her own father repeatedly, and it all started when she turned 11 years old. I mean, it is scary to even think about that, and she went through that. It must be so hard for her. She was weighing an unbelievable 773 pounds when she first appeared on the show. She shared that she was finally ready to change her life, so now she really wants to lose weight. Because of her oversized body and being overweight, she was totally dependent on her young children who took care of her, as she was quite unable to even walk or move around in their own home. Not just that, she was also struggling with a painful experience because of the severe case of lymphedema. However, despite all the hardships of her life, she confessed that she wants to lose weight so she could be able to live a healthier and normal life. But during the episode, she didn't manage to meet Dr. Now. But she hadn't managed to qualify for her surgery by the end of the year because she had only lost 80 pounds and kept making lame excuses and lying for the lack of progress. So, eventually, due to her lack of progress, she left Houston and now lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, according to her social media accounts. Earlier, she started a GoFundMe page on the social media so she could raise money for her weight loss surgery, but as she only managed $175 instead of $10, so it seems that she still hasn't got approved for gastric bypass surgery. And she must be faking around her determination to transform herself into a new person. Cynthia Wells. Cynthia Wells from Season 5 was 42 years old and weighing 610 pounds when she appeared on the show. She is basically a mother who was raising 5 kids on her own between the ages of 7 and 16. But the irony is that she was the one who had to rely on her 11-year-old daughter so she could take care of her and the family. She has always been struggling due to her weight, and not just that, she even tried to kill herself by attempting suicide when she was in high school, And the reason behind this unacceptable gesture of her was that she felt so lonely because of being oversized. But thank God, luckily, the pills she took didn't work and didn't kill her, but her weight still soon started to spiral. Over the night, Cynthia became a mother of 3 kids at the age of 28 when she had to take custody of her cousin's children. She did all that because the kids' father was abusing them and her cousin couldn't take care of them as she was helpless. She never wanted to bring another man into the lives of those poor kids, but she also never wanted to give up on the idea of having her own kids. So, Cynthia decided to start dating and then ended up having 2 kids of her own, which left her being a single mother of 5. Cynthia was so focused on her 5 kids that she had never taken care of herself, but now time has come that she finally realized that her weight is the major problem that had kept her from sharing this beautiful experience with her kids. She even realized that her overweight could lead her to death sooner rather than later. Cynthia struggled a lot at first as she started her journey at 610 pounds, but eventually, with the help of her family support, she finally managed to get on the right track to be close to get her weight loss surgery done, and for that, over the first 12 months, she also shed over 150 pounds. Although, she still wasn't ready to go for therapy, and that's why she struggled and got down to 365 pounds eventually, and also managed to get her skin removal surgery. But her weight loss process slowed down almost to a halt. But if you ask me then, I would say that she didn't understand Dr. Now's concern, because he warned her that this sort of condition could easily make her gain weight again quite soon if she kept skipping therapy. After some time, she quit the program and shared that from now on she would continue her weight loss journey on her own as she wants to be there for her kids. Liz Evans. When the native of Texas, Liz Evans, appeared in My 600-Pound Life, she had been suffering from severe lymphedema on her legs, and therefore she had been bedridden for more than a decade. Despite all that, she still managed to lose more than 350 pounds, which means nearly half of her body. But things went wrong when she got back home as she started binging on pizza and fast food. Therefore, she gained almost 50 pounds. Later, she was readmitted to the hospital to be monitored again because of her binge eating, and at the hospital, she finally managed to lose enough weight to be approved for gastric bypass surgery. By the way, at the end of Evan's episode, it was revealed by TLC that Liz has started seeing a therapist. TLC also updated viewers that she has taken a few steps in the right direction. However, viewers also found out in an update episode of My 600-Pound Life, Where Are They Now?, that Liz was still struggling with the trauma. Actually, when she was 6 years old, she was molested by a family friend, and that old tragedy was threatening her progress. By the way, it's very hard to tell as Evan isn't on social media that whether or not she managed to stay on the healthy plan, or she started following her bad old habits again. Stephen Asante. Stephen Asante is known as one of the most notorious participants to ever appear in My 600-Pound Life, alongside his brother Justin. In fact, before being a part of the show, he already had an online presence as he would post videos of himself dancing, singing, and doing all kinds of other weird stuff to get attention. At 730 pounds, he soon became the center of attention, and he was the one who was battling with drug addiction alongside morbidly obese. For his painkiller addiction, he was seen manipulating doctors so they could give him pain medication. Because of all his nasty games and tricks he had gone on for quite a long period of time, all the hospitals in the area had been notified that if he tried to attempt to get some pain medication, he would be put in jail as he has been abusing the system for his own sake. It was totally pretty hard to get Stephen in the right track, just because of his rebellious attitude, and because of all that, Dr. Now got tired of him and seemed ready to give up on him. After getting caught while trying to get opioids, he faced a huge setback as he was kicked out of the weight loss program and forced to be enrolled into rehab for treatment. But besides getting better there, he blew up to over 750 pounds.
Get you in the news. I get your face in the news that they show them how you are manipulating your system.
Well, that's all guys for today with transformations of my 600-pound life patients that seem fake. Thanks for watching the video. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.